Hi, this is Seiden Sidetalk, a new podcast, and I'm your host, Rob Seiden. I've been a lawyer for 33 years, and I felt that it was time that we have a podcast that can make a difference in the world, provide some really good information to people, and show the intersection of law and everything going on around the globe. This is going to be a hard-hitting podcast that I think you will find enjoyable, and I know you'll come back for more. For a couple of reasons. One, it's going to be no bullshit. Not any sugar-coated, hackneyed, canned comments here. Two, there's going to be really fascinating guests that you're going to hear from. And three, you're going to take the information you learn here and use it in your life. I guarantee you that. By way of some background information, I became a lawyer due to a tragic situation in my family when I was a teenager. I was born in Brooklyn and lived there most of my life till I moved to Manhattan. But in 1984, when I was considering what to do with my life, my brother was suddenly murdered. And that prompted me to look into a career in law enforcement, look into a career in the law, and try and do something to make a difference in the world. And also to probe as to why things happen, how things happen, and try and find some justice in the world. That is what compelled me, and that is what is compelling me now to use my experience in the last 33 years to make a difference in the world and to present it to you through these podcasts. It may sound a little far-fetched, but this is something that has been important in my life ever since I was a young guy back in Brooklyn. My dad was a U.S. Marine, very proud to serve in combat overseas, and he instilled in me the values that I think represent what's important in finding the truth in what's going on in the world and what we're going to present to you in this podcast. I'm currently the managing partner of a law firm I began several years ago that takes on sacred cows, fights against Goliath, and tries to make a difference on behalf of people all around the world, many of which are going to be presented to you in these podcasts. This first series of podcasts is called Beyond the Law. The purpose of the podcast is for you to have an understanding and be entertained on fascinating issues by speaking with people that I will interview right here that are in the trenches and understanding what's going on and give context to you to make sense of events around the world. How do you make sense of events around the world? Dealing with your life, culture, because you will look at it through the lens of the law and how it is interwoven, for better or worse, in much of what goes on in the world and that you will observe in your life as well. So we're going to help you navigate that. You can send in your questions. You can send in suggestions. We're open to it. What we're not open to is falsehoods and misleading information. And you're not going to get that here. Our cases will cover things from serial killers to global fraudsters, foreign assassinations, entertainment business, music, arts, sports. Things that you'll find interesting based on real life experiences of people that work in our law firm, work with our law firm, or just people we bring in here to speak with you. These are going to be real hardcore people that are going to convey to you what they've gone through in their life that will make a difference to you. So my hope is that you can take a thing or two from these podcasts and will continue to come back, recommend it to your friends, family, and connections, and maybe you'll be fascinated, maybe you'll be entertained, but I can assure you, you will enjoy yourselves and learn something. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.